Hello again. Welcome to Space Engineers. Welcome to Ripley Station. Home sweet home. If I remember to put it in there, you had the fly around shot for the intro. It's a fair sized station. It's pretty resource intensive. It's made almost entirely of heavy armor. It's meant to be a kind of like forward installation. You know, a station you stick out in the middle of. Shut up, lady. Station you stick out in the middle of nowhere to watch out for pirates and ne'er-do-wells coming into your system. I guess we'll start with this thing. I can't remember what I called it. It's neat. I remember I like it, and I was pleased with the way the landing gear folds up. I'll take off in it when I'm done. You get to see the inside of it then. It's not a small ship. It's intended as an interplanetary patrol vessel. So it'll fly in planets, as you can tell with the Atmos. It'll fly in space, as you can tell with the ions. On a normal G planet with thick atmosphere, you can pretty much fly in a straight line level flight with just the Atmos. Well, you can. You know, I wouldn't try any fancy maneuvers. It's meant as a patrol vessel. It's not a fighter. It does have hydrogen for getting off of planets once you've landed. But we're here for the station for now, so we'll wander indoors. Got a gun turret deck up there. This station uses the Warfare 2 DLC Editions mod. It's just basically a souped-up version of all of the in-game turrets, including automated railgun turrets. So it's a good mod. I highly recommend it. It's not super duper OP. If everybody on the server has it, it'll make for some interesting warfare because they've got much more realistic aiming ranges than the vanilla turrets do. Pardon me if my character continually spazzes out by going left. I'm suffering from stick drift. It happens to everyone. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. You know, if it bothers you, I recommend calling Stick Drift Anonymous North America. You know, maybe get into session. It helps to talk about it. Anyway, public lounge. This is a space station after all. Gotta have somewhere to poop. Oh, I know that's gonna get annoying, and I'm sorry. Stop. Here we have a bar. Get some drinks, you know, nice friendly lighting. Go to the ATM, go to the vending machine, you know, store kind of a thing. Go in here, you know, play some hollow chess or whatever. Just chill out with your friends, have some conversations, smell the plants, I don't know. Nice little private lounge in here, you know, if you want to chill out, watch some TV. You know, maybe look out the window at whatever, nothing. And over here we have, if you just want to chill, listen to some music, there's a jukebox and some couches. You can look out at the sunrise over Mars, or Mars Light, whatever you want to call it. If I can remember how to get out of here, I'll show you the rest of the place. Down here, that's supposed to be a do not enter sign. Like I said, textures on panels and certain blocks have been pretty wacky on PS5 since launch. So, everything functions, it's just, you know, it looks weird sometimes. Come down here, and being the restricted area, this is obviously where the crew would be. Visiting spaceships could come by, obviously, refuel, chill out in the lounge. Alright, we'll go to the dead ends first. In here, we have the command room. So you can control turrets from in here, you can look at whatever, the big blocky thing there. There's a bathroom in there, you know. Critical information on the screens, textures glitched out as usual. Weapon racks. Go through here. Blue, as usual, signifies a command of some kind. So this is the commander's room. You know, got a nice little TV nook in here. You can look out the window, or you can watch TV. Bed's right there. Doesn't matter. It's a private room. So, oh, that's a crapper. Well, what's in here? Wait, where is it? Oh, this is the bedroom. So a nice private little bedroom. Somewhere to change. Crapper's in there. My god, that stick drift is gonna make me lose my mind. And this nice little private kitchen, nothing special. Again, being a military installation, it's not intended to be fancy. Now, we'll go downstairs into the general crew quarters. Or sorry, this is medical. Yeah. So here we have the medical room, you know, receptionist, somewhere to chill and wait if you gotta wait. Pretty sure, yeah. Some beds, a little bit of a window. That's only the shuttle bay, so nothing special. But you know, hey, medical thingamajig, some cryo tubes, operating table. You know, and of course the receptionist desk here. So pretty well functional, you know, medical station. Being a military installation, they expect injuries, you know, or at the very least some PTSD from fighting space aliens or something. In here we have junior officers' quarters. Again, you know, the couch to look out the window, kitchenette, somewhere to sleep, and the bathroom in there. Nothing too fancy, you know. These aren't high rank dudes, they're just high enough rank that they get their own bed. You know, this guy gets to stare at an oxygen tank. There's his kitchen. General living quarters, bathroom. And on the next floor down, we have kind of general, just sort of passageway. You know, and we have some more crew quarters in here. These are senior officer quarters. A little bit nicer than junior officer quarters. But at least they get their own TV, and well, they also just get a view of the shuttle bay, but you know. And I'm pretty sure it's the same thing on this side. Yep. Another officer's quarters, or junior officer quarters. In here we have a little, just a little ready room. You know, you gotta put your gear on, get your guns out, do what you gotta do. In here we have the shuttle bay. If I remember correctly, it's pressurized? Yeah, pressurized. But you can depressurize with the control panels that are in here. Decent size, you know, as long as it's not too long, you can fit something pretty good size in here. Same thing on this side. That would be the officers' quarters there. More officer quarters there. Medicals and stuff is on the other side. The windows peek out into the other, I guess, landing area. It's an non-pressurized landing bay. All right. Yeah. So medical looked out into here, the non-pressurized landing bay. We're gonna go down. This is all airtight. There's a window there. That's a separated environment. Just in case, you know, somebody decides to shoot your station, you don't want everything depressurizing at once. Out here is not pressurized, for obvious reasons. Because this is where we have our heavy interceptor. Now this thing's not meant to go into atmospheres of any kind. If you're going to send something out because something picked up on the radar or whatever, this is the one you're going to send. It's heavy armor, so it's meant to take a beating. It's not light. Not super maneuverable, but it's got a big honking auto railgun on the top and the bottom, and some Sea-Whiz turrets, so it's not a pushover. Yeah, that one was aiming at something. Oh, I see. That one was shooting at the hunk of junk I was going to salvage. Thankfully, they're smart enough not to shoot through the station. And oh, neat thing about this one is we got our little platform here, which I'm probably going to fall off of because my stop. So you get in here, you hop up in there, and you can stand on this platform. You can still reach the button to. Oh no, that's the lock. To put put the thing down. That way it's not in your way when you're trying to take off. And the reason I have locks, oh, no. Oh, it's to stop things from vibrating. I've got enough things going wrong with me, like a stupid stick drift. I don't need vibrating platforms on top of that. I'd say this would be a great place to come out for smoke, but, well, here we got some battle shutters that I for the life of me can't remember how to open. So that's great. Stop. Oh, I know what I'll do. If you don't know, you can access internal systems through these. Now, what was I going to do? Control panel. I have way too much stuff on this. Ah, hangar doors. Alright. Those are there for... Nope. That's the wrong hangar doors. That's what I opened. Haha. Sure, this is riveting content, but you know what? It is what it is. Ah, maintenance shutters. Right. Not entirely sure why I called them that. But there you go. Just a safety feature to keep people from drilling through your doors, or slowing them down anyway. This I should have probably depressurized first, but... Alright, in here. Cargo storage, some weapon storage, more weapon storage. Some cargo containers in here for supplies and stuff for vessels coming in that need a refill on stuff. As you can see, we've got a large refinery and assembler in here. I should really put a guardrail there. I didn't think of it. All kinds of doodads. Here's the assembler thing. Not sure what this is. Just a way to get light in here, I guess. Oh, here we go. Here's how you get down into the bowels. The generator room, or the power room. So we got lots of reactors. Two big honking ones, actually. Want to make sure we're able to recharge any large ships that need some power. Now this is maybe some poor design here, because I've got the hydrogen storage tanks in here as well. So one well-placed shot and this goes kaboom, but it's got at least 3 layers of heavy armor between us and the outside, so yeah, maybe. I mean, I didn't really have anywhere else to put them, so well, what can I say? Honestly, this was more of a choice made based on aesthetics. I wanted a big, cool, complicated looking engine room that people could get lost in and maybe have firefights and I don't know, whatever. So here's the other way out. And in here we got more efficiency modules, more storage, spare parts, random ammo and shit. So all kinds of goodies. Pretty neat looking. It's been a long time since I've been in this build, so I don't always know my way around. And I'm guessing this is how we get here from the inside, which I totally did not notice until just now. Like I said, it's been a while. Ah. Right. The really obvious door in the middle of everything was the way I was supposed to go. What do you know? Well, that's it. That's the station, so let's hop in the ship and get out of here, shall we? What I may do, simply because it's an easier process, is spawn in another one, because with my stick drift and everything going on, I don't want to risk taking off in close proximity to anything, and I really don't want to have to go through the pain and misery of trying to land accurately on a landing pad with severe stick drift. You know what I'm saying? Oops. But we'll take a tour of the inside while we're plugged in. So this is the control panel here that you use to disconnect and retract that. Come up in here. Made a fairly functional landing ramp. It's not actually touching the ground, or maybe it is just. You can adjust the angle of that. I have it set so it's level for a flat surface, because generally speaking I'm landing here when I'm using this thing, so I'm not worried about rough ground. And besides, if I'm landing somewhere and it's sticking straight out, well, whatever. I'll use it as a place to come in and my jetpack. Energy. And when it is folded up, it does form a nice even junction. I was trying to hide the hinge, but you know. So in here, power generation, gravity generator, some cargo access, batteries, more cargo access, survival kit. Just a wee tiny little engine room. You know, you're coming back to base for major repairs, but if anything goes slightly wrong or whatever, you can fix some of it from in there. And white, we have living quarters, because this ship is intended for long deployment. If it needs to patrol for a long time or in deep space somewhere, it does have a warp drive somewhere. Kitchen, a sleeping area. You know, you gotta smell your own farts in this place, because I didn't have room for a door. But you know, it's meant for one crew, a single crewman or two crewmen in split shifts. So you know, it's just what you need to get by for a week if you're out in the middle of nowhere. It's better than sleeping in a tent, right? And cockpit, pretty good view. You know, you're meant to be looking for stuff. That yellow strip there is orange strip, I should say, is part of the station. It's not this double layer of glass. So you know, it's a cockpit, like an actual cockpit. It's the industrial cockpit, and then I put glass around it, so it's got a double layer of protection if you do take a few shots from anything. All right. I'm going to do that editing thing where suddenly you're at the thing I was talking about and you don't have to watch me walk outside, so give me a second. Alright, we've made it forward in time. So this is the same ship. This is it in landing configuration. You know, a little bit awkward looking, kind of like a landed goose, but this is it in flight configuration. It's a little bit more sleek and interesting looking. See, the front landing gear system is very simple. It just folds up and tucks next to the body. The rear ones is a double system. So these wings fold down and the landing gear folds up. And if you want, you can actually lock to that, and it'll lock the two pieces together really solid. So if, for instance, your hinges get shot out, your wing will still stick there and act as a little bit of a bullet absorber, which is kind of what they're intended for. They're just light armor. Like, this thing's not intended for direct combat. It's got pretty good armaments so that it can get away if need be. But the retractable, the piston and connector here, they're retractable, and the entrance ramp is retractable. And when it's all folded up, actually, it's not a bad little transition through here. If you're wondering why my hydrogen thrusters are blue, that is Flare's torch drive. It's a really good mod. It's hydrogen thrusters that are way stronger, like 3 times stronger or something like that than regular ones, which means I can have a little tiny cluster of hydrogen thrusters like this and land on a planet. Now those are generally just meant to assist the atmospheric thrusters, but if you're on a planet with a very thin atmosphere and basically normal Earth gravity, you're not going to have time once you hit the atmosphere, perhaps, for just the atmospheric to slow you down. So that's what those are for. And plenty enough thrust to take off on moons and stuff. I wouldn't try and leave a planet with just the hydrogens. You'll want these, you know, and the help of the rear engines to get out of the gravity well. But it's perfectly capable of flying in atmosphere. It's a little bit heavy and clumsy in atmosphere because, you know, if you build something that does everything and it doesn't do everything great, you know. But that's not, you know, that's all it's got for lateral thrust in atmosphere. So you're tilting the ship and using gravity to help you adjust your lateral movements. Forward and reverse isn't bad because it's got 8 ions for reverse and plenty of forward thrust in atmosphere, especially with the 2 big ions, the overpowered H2s, and some atmospherics. So use your rear thrust to get out of atmosphere, but you know, maybe like a 65-degree angle going out, you'll be fine. Anyway, I'll show you the unfolding process here once we dip back inside. It's nothing fancy, but if you want to see it, then, you know. Stick around for the next 2 minutes. I left the doors open. Okay, I need that back on. Yeah, that's a good angle here. Okay, there we go. Now, how do I do this? On, off. Oh, that's lights. Yeah, okay. Now here we go. So lock on. Oh, okay, that's that. There we go. So just clamshells out. The front ones fold down. Nothing too crazy. But as I said, I believe those should turn yellow. I think even those turn yellow. No, those don't. But the back ones do. So if you want a little bit of extra security, you can turn the rotor locks on. That's not a hinge lock. And then you can lock the rear landing gear. She's a nice solid unit then. But not too bad. You know, fairly slick little ship. She's kind of squat, but nobody's perfect. Alright, that's it. That's all I got. If you want to play with it, it's the DSMV Firehawk. One word. Firehawk. LIPV, Light Interplanetary Patrol Vessel. This is the Mark II. The Mark II has the Flares torch drive on it. So it's got 2 mods. Warfare 2 DLC editions and Flares torch drive. There you go. Have a good one.